Hello, let's dive into installing Linux in your Windows or macOS computers. In this tutorial, we will be installing Linux in a Windows computer using the virtual machine installation process and performing some post-installation setup. First, open the browser of your choice. In this tutorial, we will be using Microsoft Edge. We need to download the Oracle VirtualBox. So, simply search Oracle VirtualBox. On the results page, click on the first link. On the VirtualBox web page, you will get a download button. Click it and you will be redirected to the Downloads web page where you get different VirtualBox platform packages. Depending on your OS, you can download VirtualBox as a Windows package, macOS package, Linux distribution, and so forth. Since we are using a Windows computer, we click the Windows hosts and wait for the download to start and complete. Once the download is complete, navigate to the Downloads folder to access your downloaded VirtualBox. Let's copy and paste the VirtualBox to our desktop for easy access. I already had a copy of the VirtualBox in my computer, let me delete it. The next step is to install the VirtualBox by right-clicking it and running it as an administrator. After getting the installation pop-up, simply click Next. You will get the end-user license agreement that you have to accept and click Next. On the Custom Setup pop-up, I prefer leaving the default setup and simply click Next. You will get a warning pop-up that is inconsequential, so simply ignore it and click Yes to proceed with installation. On the next pop-up, you might get a missing dependencies message. Just ignore it for now and click Yes to continue with installation. The dependencies can be installed later. After clicking Yes, you will get yet another custom setup pop-up. Here you can decide whether or not you would like to create a shortcut of the VirtualBox on the desktop, in the quick launch bar, or even as a start menu entry. You can leave the defaults as they are or customize according to your preference and click Next. Once you have done all these, the VirtualBox will be ready for installation. Simply click Install for the installation to begin. Give the installation time to complete. Once the installation is done, you can check this box if you would like to start the VirtualBox when you click Finish or uncheck it if you prefer starting it later. I will leave the default choice and click Finish. After clicking Finish, the VirtualBox will start as you can see. To this point, you have successfully downloaded and installed your VirtualBox Manager. The next step is to download your preferred Linux distribution. In this tutorial, we will download Ubuntu. So, using your preferred browser, search for Ubuntu download. On the results page, click on the first link or result. On the Ubuntu web page, you might get the cookie policy pop-up, just accept and visit the site. On the page, you will realize that you can download Ubuntu Desktop, Ubuntu Server, and the others. Since we want to use Ubuntu in a computer, we will click the Download Ubuntu Desktop button. We will be redirected to a web page showing the latest Ubuntu desktop version. You will realize it is quite a large file of approximately 6 GB. Simply download it by clicking Download. Give the download time to start automatically. If it doesn't, you can click the Download Now button. Fortunately, the download has begun automatically. Give it time to complete. Since I already downloaded Ubuntu, I will stop this download and access my previously downloaded Ubuntu. For ease of access, I will copy it and paste it to the desktop. we now have the two most important components needed to install our virtual machine, which include the VirtualBox Manager and Ubuntu. At the moment, no OS has been installed in our VirtualBox. To install an OS, we have to click New on our VirtualBox Manager. We then give our OS a name. Let's name it Ubuntu since it is the OS we are installing. Under this folder section, you can choose a different folder where you want your OS to be installed, but I prefer leaving the default selection. Under ISO image, we have to select the Ubuntu ISO image that we downloaded earlier. Therefore, click here to browse and find your Ubuntu ISO image. Remember we stored it on the desktop. Select it and click Open. After inputting this information, you will realize that the type, subtype, and version are automatically updated. After filling the name and operating system, we now fill the unattended install. You can either use the default information or change the username to your preferred name. Let's change it to Ubuntu. Let's change the password as well to 123456 for simplicity. Let's add 78 to make it an 8-digit password. We then move to the hardware section to set up our preferred hardware settings. The base memory should be as large as possible within the green section. Therefore, I will move it to the furthest right. Depending on the number of processors you have, you can select 2, 3, or even 8 CPUs. The minimum should be 2 CPUs to the OS to run smoothly. Since my computers has 16 CPUs, I will choose at least 7 or 8, which is within the green section. The last section is the hard disk section. The minimum size of the hard disk that you should allocate your OS is 25 GBs. If you have more space, you can increase that size to maybe 60 GBs like I have done. After that, click Finish to complete the setup and initiate Ubuntu installation. You will realize that the installation begins automatically and you should select the Try or Install Ubuntu, which is the first option. Give the installation time to complete. The installation takes several minutes, so I will fast forward a bit. Once done, you get Ubuntu's startup page with the username you created, which was Ubuntu. When you click the user, you get a prompt to input your password. Let's input the password we created, which was 12345678, and click Enter. Give the system some time to log in the user. Once done, you get Ubuntu's homepage. To that point, you will have installed Ubuntu as a virtual machine within the VirtualBox Manager. The next steps involve post-installation processes. As you can see, the Ubuntu homepage is not covering the entire screen. If you click View, then select Full Screen Mode, you realize the Ubuntu homepage does not cover the entire computer screen as it should. Therefore, we need to perform some post-installation setup to enable the Ubuntu homepage to cover the entire computer screen as well as install updates. Therefore, the first thing we have to do is click the Start button down here to open up the apps page. We should then check and click on the terminal to open the terminal window. After the terminal window is open, we need to update the system. Write the command sudo apt update and give it time to run. You will get an insert password prompt. Enter the password and press enter. Give the system time to update. Once the update is complete, we need to upgrade the system. Therefore, write the command sudo apt upgrade and give it time to run. After some time, you will get a prompt asking whether you would like to continue the upgrade or not. Write Y and press enter to continue the upgrade. Since it is the first time upgrading the virtual machine, it takes a significant amount of time. Therefore, I will fast forward a bit. After the upgrade is complete, we have to run the last command, which is sudo apt install y build essential linux headers $unamr. You might get a pop-up instructing you to restart your virtual machine to finish installing updates. Just click restart later because we will restart the virtual machine after we are done with running the last command. Write the command and press enter. Give it time to run. Since it also takes some significant time, let me fast forward. After it's done, you can close the terminal. Then go to the Devices tab on the navigation bar and click it. Select Insert Guest Edition CD image and click it. Allow some time for the CD image to be inserted within your Ubuntu interface. Once inserted, double-click the CD image to open it. Locate the utorrent.sh file and right-click it. Then click Run as a program. You will get a pop-up requiring you to enter your password. Enter the password you created and click Authenticate. Give the guest editions time to be installed. Allow me to fast forward a bit. Once you are prompted to press return to close this window, you can press enter to close it. You can as well close this window and restart your virtual machine. After the restart, click your username, Ubuntu, input your password, and press enter. Once you are logged in, click the View tab on the navigation bar and select and click Full Screen Mode. This time the Ubuntu home page should cover the entire computer screen. With this post-installation setup, we finalize the process of installing and setting up our virtual machine with Ubuntu as our OS. Thank you.